are sick and tired of your so-called short and sweet segments and nothing but pissing and moaning. And if you two girls are tired of crying and have the testicular fortitude, you'll put those belts on the line against us, and we'll be more than happy to kick your ass ECW style. Wrestling fans! Shut up!
Jerry Lynn, Kid Kash, me and you go way back, brother. So now you're riding the roads, big ECW style, brother. Jerry Lynn, you want us to show you how it's done? Go ahead, brother. We accept the challenge, and the titles will be on the line.
Let me tell you something, boy. You're not at NCW. You're not in the ECW arena. You're in the house that Bad Attitude built. So if you want to bring your punk ass in this ring, let's get it on.
Fans, there you have it. It's announced right here at Y2 Chaos. ECW taking on NWA Tag Team Champions. And man, you're talking about a pay-per-view matchup. We got it here as the new effing show. Jerry Lynn and Kid Kash, ECW's new find, gonna take on Bad Attitude. And let me say this, Kid Kash broke his jaw last night at the ECW television taping at Center Stage in Atlanta. And Tim Dix, his mouth is wired shut. You talking about a man, Kid Kash has won.
Well, he looks like he's got an entire mouth of acorns, but you know what? Rick Michaels has got a mouth on him as well, and you know, sometimes you have to be afraid of what you ask for because you just might get it.
Well, you know, they was out here mouthing off that no competition, and ECW's music started, and here we go in a tag team matchup of Bad Attitude against David Young. Kid Kash and Jerry Lynn. And I tell you, I've already apologized once, Tim, but you gotta excuse me getting a little tongue-tied because, you know, my match coming up here pretty soon.
I don't understand how you're even doing it. I mean, I can see the veins in your neck sticking out. Your eyes are red and bulged. But I do know, you know, I understand that you probably got something in store. You got to. But you know what? More power to you, brother. That's all I can say.
Well, I said I had a surprise, and you're going to find out on this edition of Y2 Chaos. And there you go with a knee into the midsection. Kid Kash full of ride. Ducks the clothesline, turns around. Irish whip across into a nice hip toss. Follows it up with an arm drag takeover into the Japanese arm drag. Kid Kash back up to the vertical base with a nice hip toss. And here we go. Man, you talk about pro wrestling. We got it right here.
And he's doing it with his wired jaw. A wired jaw. Unbelievable.
Well, you know what? That's what ECW has always been about. Guys would put it on the line, hurt or not. And Kid Kash sucking it up here with a broke jaw that's been wired shut. It's absolutely unbelievable. And Bad Attitude is having trouble.
Well, they've already won the titles tonight in somewhat gangland style. They jumped the underdogs before they ever got to the ring, coming down the entrance ramp, took full advantage of that, handcuffed the leader of the underdogs to the ring post so that, well, frankly, it was 2-on-2, and the better team won. But to go out and ask and call for such talent and have the effing show and Kid Kash to come through that curtain, Bad Attitude could have never expected that.
Here we go. Nice Hurricane Rana on Michaels. Clothesline over the rope to the floor as the new effing show. Jerry Lynn putting it all on the line here at Y2 Chaos. David Young, big backdrop to the floor. Man, you talking about pro wrestling, we got it right here. And let me say this, Jerry Lynn and Kid Kash was booked at Y2 Chaos to face each other. And here we go, big springboard, cross body. Man, Jerry Lynn doing it like only he can. But what I was going to say, Tim, is these two guys was booked to wrestle each other, and they took offense to no competition in the dressing room and come out, and here we are in a tag team title matchup for the NWA tag team title.
Well, you know, there's rivalry among all organizations, and I believe that rivalry can be healthy. But this scenario right here could further complicate the very blurry lines that the title scenarios here in the NWA and Wildside currently have.
Rick Michaels hit him with that DDT after he'd been tripped up by David Young, and Michaels with a knee to the forehead. And, you know, this caught Bad Attitude off guard. So, you know, they're coming in on this thing off a matchup already with, well, you can call it a matchup with the underdogs that lasted all of 20 seconds.
Well, one thing about Jerry Lynn, you could say that you didn't have to study for him, but you could always say that you wanted to work it. You wanted to wrestle this guy. Wow, look at that nice bridge up, and he's standing on the hair. David Young pulling back on Jerry Lynn, who was less than 24 hours ago in competition at their TV taping in Atlanta.
And here we go with the tag into Rick Michaels. Rick Michaels, about an 8-year veteran. Double Irish whip across. Jerry Lynn dropped a whole takedown. Double elbow. Nice tag team maneuvers here by Bad Attitude. Kid Kash wanting to get in on some of this.
Kid Kash having to wrestle in a totally defensive mode. His mouth is wired shut. Once again, as I said, looks like he has a mouthful of acorns due to the broken jaw he received just last night. But what a gamer. Back in competition, not only tonight, but at Y2 Chaos.
And here we go, snapmare takeover as Rick Michaels goes into the rear chin lock. And we finally got things going here in the sound booth along with the things going in the ring.
The floor is absolutely trembling here at the NCW Arena. The fans are electrified by these turns of events.
Oh, this match right here is pay-per-view quality. As two ECW top superstars, you know, Jerry Lynn, the new effing show, got that title from Rob Van Dam as he defended. He was in a feud with him for over a year. And man, you talking about matchups, it was some classic one. As Bad Attitude's backed into that turnbuckle. And don't take nothing away from David Young. As David Young reverses into that turnbuckle with a cartwheel into an elbow. Jerry Lynn, snapmare takeover, big drop kick to the back of the head. And Bad Attitude finally got things going their way.
Well, one thing about David Young, you can't take anything away from his ring skills. Much as Jerry Lynn, one of the finest technicians in the business today, David Young is the backbone of Bad Attitude, in my opinion.
Nice Russian leg sweep by Michaels on Jerry Lynn. Kid Kash going to come in and break this up. You know, Kid Kash has been around for a long, long time. Used to be formerly known as Dave Jericho right here in NCW. So just another great superstar that's come through NCW and now working for Extreme Championship Wrestling. So I tell you, you're talking about stars at Y2 Chaos. We've got them here.
Well, if you want to know what's happening in the world of professional wrestling tomorrow, then you have to be watching Wildside today, because you are watching tomorrow's stars today.
Here we go! No. I thought he had him on that one. Ducks the clothesline off the far rope, and he's caught him. Big spine buster. And man, David Young does that move better than anybody in the business.
No doubt about it. You know, David Young really reminds me a lot, and I hate to make old-timer comparisons, but he is the Gene to Ole, and I'm talking about the Anderson brothers. Rick Michaels is a great wrestler, but he's also the mouthpiece. David Young, a little more quiet and lets his actions in the ring speak for himself. And look at the big frog splash. He's got a cover on the effing show.
No. Kid Kash comes in and breaks it up one more time. And that shows the power of Bad Attitude as they got the effing show in trouble here on Wildside, Y2 Chaos. Man, you talking about a matchup, man. This thing right here is going hold for a hold. No brawling, just good old pure wrestling.
I think Bad Attitude is out to make a statement. I really do. They do represent our company. That's, well, whether you like it or not, fans, they're your NWA, NCW, Wildside, Georgia Tag Team Champions. The name gets longer and longer. We've got to make clarifications on that. But here they are stepping out against two of the finest that Extreme Championship Wrestling has to offer in Kid Kash and Jerry Flynn.
Well, it was a good shot to the rib cage as Rick Michaels goes into the snapmare, into the rear chin lock, and referee Jimmy Rivers in to make sure this thing's not a choke. And let me say this, you better keep your eye on Michaels and Young, because they will cheat, and they do it with the best of anybody.
And that's one reason, a great reason, to have such a great referee in there is Jimmy Rivers. I mean, he's top flight, he's top shelf, he's been there. He knows what to expect in these situations. You've got 4 of the finest and one of the finest referees in the ring today.
Here we go with the waist lock, reverse, big elbow to the jaw, turns around, slide through by Jerry Lynn as Michael goes for the ride. He reverses it. Jerry Lynn up and over. Michaels turns around, ducks the clothesline. He cinches him up with a low blow on Jerry Lynn.
Just an evil mule kick, and the tag is made, and here comes David Young in.
That was some nice wrestling, and then Rick Michaels just cut it off with a lower midsection shot. A low blow, we'll call it, as David Young's been tagged in, and Kid Kash, the freshman, but cannot get in this matchup. Referee gonna push him back out, and Kid Kash is probably doing more damage than good because he won't let Jerry Lynn get that tag. Jerry Lynn set in the middle of the ring as Michael's gonna
run his mouth, and that's what he's best at, you know.
Oh, come on, Michaels. Michaels with that low blow with the knee on the new effing show. Jerry Lynn going for the cover. We got 2, no. Kid Kash was going to come in and break it up, but I believe Jerry Lynn was out at the last second. We got a little no tag action here.
Yeah, a little ghost tag right there. David Young has Jerry Lynn backed in, shoots him in for the ride, goes for the backdrop.
Big DDT by Jerry Lynn. And whatever happened to fair and square? You know, I don't want to sound corny up here, but, you know, we got a good wrestling match going in here, and then Bad Attitude decides they're going to cheat. It's pure disgust. Here we go with the tag into Kid Kash, and he is on fire as he grabs up David Young. Rick Michaels going to go for the ride. Hard clothesline. On the ride on David Young. Hard clothesline on him also. And remember, fans, this is with a broken jaw.
So let's see what happens right here. You get Jerry Lynn in. He's with David Young. You've got Kid Kash on the far side with Rick Michaels.
A little tilt-a-whirl action here. Leapfrog into a double clothesline. We got Michaels and Lynn, Kid Kash and Young. David Young hard into that steel. And I mean hard into that steel.
And I believe the legal pair is on the outside of the ring.
To the head. And we got Michaels on the inside choking Jerry Lynn. And let me say something. Kid Kash has got a mean streak a mile wide. Broke jaw and all.
Yeah, just you can tell by that thump to the eye right there on David Young.
David Young's in a world of trouble as Lynn goes for the ride. Hard in that turnbuckle with a boot. Lynn up top. Big tornado DDT on Michaels. Going for the cover. And we got the foot on the rope. Michaels smart. Just throws the foot up on the rope. We got a schoolboy. 1, 2, no. You talking about an even matchup right here at Y2 Chaos. Keep your eye on Kash to the head.
Jimmy Rivers doing a smart thing by just staying in the ring, holding his ground and maintaining position. Because if he goes to either side, he has no chance at all at maintaining any order in this, but he can do his job from where he is right now.
We got all 4 on the outside as Lynn and Michaels and Kash and Young, and they just gonna beat the hell out of each other at Y2 Chaos. Fisticuffs here, and there we go, calling for the bell as Lynn and Kash roll back in and break the 10 count, and they are victorious here as Michaels and Young have been counted out.
Representing ECW, Kid Kash, and the new official, Jerry Lynn.
Well, there you hear the final decision, straight from Extreme Championship.